what's up YouTube? Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys a glass only repair on a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. I've shown the S8 before, but today it's gonna be the Galaxy S8 Plus. And I'm gonna use a $16 piece of glass to glue right back onto the screen. And I'm gonna use a $10 tube of glue to glue it back on. So as you see right here, this is where the crack is, right there. So I'm gonna get all of the glass off. You guys are gonna see everything. I'm gonna put this in a freezer. The glass is gonna come right off like super easy. I'm gonna clean up all the glue and then I'm gonna re-glue a new $16 piece of glass right on here. And you guys are gonna see the whole entire thing. So once again, this is gonna be the easiest and most time efficient way on how to do this. All right, let's do this. All right, everybody, let's get started. Okay, so before I begin, quickly, I would estimate at least 90% of the entire cell phone repair community across the United States doesn't know how to do what I'm about to show you guys. So, okay, so here we got a Galaxy S8 Plus right here. And as you see, it's the phone that I'm gonna show you guys how to fix. As you see, there is a spot right here where it's cracked. I cannot tell. I told the customer there might be a little tiny dot right there, but he said he doesn't care. He's fine with it. If I don't see any black lines going across it, I can do glass only repair on this. Okay, so let's get this started. All right, first things first, time to take the back cover off. Here we go. Okay, so what you see me doing here is I'm taking the heat gun and I'm blowing around the back edge of the phone. And then I take these poker playing cards, which allows me to slice through the adhesive so I don't damage the back cover of the phone. All right, so the back cover is now off. So what I have to do now, as you guys see, I use poker playing cards. Okay, so all you do now is you just take out all these screws that you see. All right, so here, all you do is you just take out all the screws that you see. There's probably around 12 of them. If they get mixed up, it doesn't matter, they're all the same size. You then take off the little black plastics that's covering the motherboard of the phone, and then you just start taking out the entire insides of the phone. Sensors, the battery, the charging port. The charging port, it's being held down by, I believe, 4 screws. You just unscrew them and the whole charging port, the whole thing just lifts out easily. So everything comes out of the insides of the phone. Okay, so now we got everything taken out of the phone. As you can see, I have the front selfie cameras, the another sensor, a proximity sensor, the vibration motor, the battery, the charging port. Everything is out of the phone, as you guys can see, just like this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this screen and then I'm gonna take it over here and it's gonna go right into this freezer right here. Raider Nation. Okay, so in the screen goes right there with the freezer. So I'm gonna leave it in there. So I'm gonna set the timer and I'm gonna leave it in there for roughly about 4 minutes. Okay, so let's go see if this thing is done. As you see, it's right around 4 minutes. Sometimes it doesn't take that long, but that's just what I use. So we're gonna go back over here to this freezer. I got my gloves on. We're gonna see if this is done. that looks almost done. So let's put it right back in. Alright, so let's just see if this thing is now done. I got my gloves on. And I'm going to take you guys over here. Let's see if this thing here. Grab this and see. Looks like it's done. You guys see. All right, that is done. How simple was that? 20 seconds that thing took me. There's just a little bit right there. Let's see if I can get that off. If this doesn't come off, it's easy to get off with the little wire. I'm just gonna leave that on there. That's gonna come off super easy as soon as this screen thaws out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna let this screen thaw out. I'm gonna let it thaw out for about 10 minutes. And this thing, once it's thawed out and it's not frozen on there, it should just peel off really easily. Okay, so about 10 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's been roughly about 10 minutes now. And as you see, that little piece of frozen glass, it's already starting to come off. Look at that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna plug in this motherboard with the battery and we're gonna test the screen, see how it works. All right, so as you guys see, there's still a little bit of glass, but don't worry about that, it's coming off easily right there. All right, so as you see, the freezer caused no damage whatsoever to the glass or to the screen. Everything right here works perfectly fine. As some of you guys may see, there's obviously a little bit of moisture, but that does not do anything to the screen. The moisture is just gonna evaporate off of the phone within the next 5 or 10 minutes. So doesn't affect how anything works or any of the screen. Okay, so as you guys see, the screen, everything is still perfectly fine. So now what I'm gonna do is take this off, unplug this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this screen right here into this cleaning mold right here. So what this cleaning mold does is I'm gonna put this, since this thing is made out of metal, I'm gonna put it on this hot plate right here that I'm gonna show you guys real quick. And since it's gonna be sitting on top of a hot plate, the heat is gonna warm this piece of metal up and the heat is gonna transfer to the screen and it's gonna make this glue warm, which is gonna now allow me to easily take and remove the rest of this glue off of this phone. This is gonna come over here. It's gonna go right here, right onto this hot plate and vacuum. See these little holes? If I push this button, it suctions it down and it doesn't move. Okay, so this is my whole glue cleaning setup right here. I got my trash can right there. I got the screen all heated up right now, and you guys remember, see that little piece of glass right there? I'm just gonna get this off right now. I'm gonna use this little wire, little piece of a wire. See, look, see how that's coming off? There's that glass. Came right off easily. All right, so let's get this started. All right, so what I do is I have a glue cleaning tool. The thing spins like that. See, grab the glue, throw it in the trash. Grab the glue, throw it right in the trash. All right, so this glue is pretty much all cleaned up. So what I'm gonna do now, remember, wear your gloves because this thing is freaking hot. So, forgot to take the camera. All right, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna clean this glue off. All right, so since this thing is still warm, I'm gonna just take a simple rag and I'm gonna clean the rest of the glue off with this right here. And you're gonna see the glue, the rest of the glue, pretty much almost dissolve. You see the glue right there? Check this out. Almost all off. As you see, there's a couple of chunks on there, but if you just use a little bit of your finger, it'll still come off because the glue is still warm, because it's still sitting in this this cleaning mold. And if you leave it in there, it'll stay warm for like 10 minutes or so until you take this thing out of here. All right, so I'm going to remove these tape up here and the tape down there. So new tape is going to actually be put on there. All right, let's clean more of this stuff off. All right, so now that we got the glue all cleaned up, what I'm gonna do now, take this out. I'm gonna plug in the motherboard and see how this thing looks with all the glass and all the glue removed. I am wondering if there's going to be a little tiny spot, like how I told you guys right in the beginning of the video, where the impact part was. But we'll see right now. Yeah. So there you see, remember how I told you guys there was the impact mark? I actually told the customer about it. He said it's fine. He doesn't care about the mark. He just wanted the shattered glass to be fixed, but can't really. It's just a little tiny mark. All right, so I got the screen right on. Let's see if this thing works good. But as I was telling you guys in the beginning, the little mark that's going to be there from the impact point, I told the customer, I showed him that, and he says he doesn't care, it doesn't matter. He just wants the glass to be fixed so he doesn't have shattered glass everywhere, because you guys see it was pretty bad. But as you guys see, screen works perfectly fine. There's no glass on it right here. The touch comes from the actual display screen. Okay, so now that you guys see everything is fine, I'm going to unplug this, and then I'm going to now re-glue this glass back on. All right, so now I'm ready to glue this glass right back onto the screen with this Loca tube of glue. All right, so what you see me doing here is I'm applying Loca glue directly right onto the display screen. Now this glue, it dries with this UV lamp, which I'm gonna show you right now. If anybody wants to learn in detail how to do this, I do have a tutorial on exactly how to do this in my cell phone repair course. Once you get the hang of it, it's super easy to do. I learned how to do this on my own, just from my experience from doing it so many times. But it's easy to do for me. All right, so as you guys can see, it's about 5 minutes. This thing should be done. Take this out. I don't need the UV light anymore. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up all my fingerprints that you guys see on here. All right, check that out. No bubbles anywhere, nothing. What I also want to show you guys is this. No glue in the selfie camera holes, no glue in the sensor area. There's no glue anywhere. Some people try this on their own, and what they end up doing is pushing glue up in these areas. And the way that I teach, you don't have to worry about getting glue in here. It's a process that I taught myself. I did not learn from anybody else. It's just from my experience. I never have glue get in there. See, look, my hand is in there. Do you see glue in the selfie camera hole or any of these sensor areas? No. See? You get a better close-up of that. No glue whatsoever. You see that? No glue in there. Okay. So let's connect this and let's see how this thing works. There you guys go. Look, pushing the buttons, everything works fine. Okay, so now pretty much I just have to put the phone back together and then we're almost done. All right, so what you see me doing here, I'm just putting the phone back together. It's really simple to do. If you can take apart the phone, it's simple to put the phone back together. The way I do it is I just start at the charging port. I put down the 4 screws, screw them in. I put in the motherboard, followed by the battery. And then everything else just plugs in. The little front selfie camera, the proximity sensor, everything is just a pop-in connection. It's very easy to do. And then it's followed by those plastic pieces, and then you just put all the screws in. It's really easy. And then you just remove the old tape that's stuck on the back of the glass of the phone, remove it, and just reapply new pre-cut adhesive. And then it's done. All right, here it is. Everything is all done. The phone is still booting up. See, I just got that message. But yeah, there you go. That's the Galaxy S8 Plus glass only repair.